Good evening everyone again, and welcome to another Up the Boro video chat. And tonight I'm joined by Josh Green. Good evening, Josh.
Yeah, good evening, UK.
Obviously, before we get on to the questions, the first thing on most people's minds is how's the injury at the moment and what's the prognosis for it?
Yeah, it is sore. They believe it's my ankle ligaments, which at first feared it was going to be a lot worse. Hospital and doctors have been brilliant so far, so I'm going for a scan next week. Hopefully find out a bit more then exactly what it is, but hopefully nothing too serious.
Yeah, so one of the questions we've got here from Robbie Gorman. Any idea when you think you might be back from injury, or is it a question till you get to the hospital next week?
It's tricky to say at the minute. I'm weight bearing now on my foot with the crutches, so you know, for the last couple of days there's been a lot of progress. So yeah, we'll see how the next week goes, see what the scan shows up. Fingers crossed it'll be something where, you know, with Sam the physio I can sort things out very quickly. But obviously I don't want to rush it too much and then get injured again. So yeah, I'll build it and see how it goes from there.
That's it, we don't want you out again. And so how's it going with the crutches? How's the sympathy vote going?
Yeah, it's going all right. Yeah, working a school, in a primary school. So yeah, with the teachers, they've been great, and I've got an apprentice, a young lad that helps me out. So yeah, it's been good, and the kids have looked after me. Yeah.
Right, so we'll get on to the questions then. So from Mark Alcock, what made you join Stafford Rangers, and why did you stick around when you weren't getting much game time at the start of the season?
It was a bit of a no-brainer really. After sort of the season that I had last year, it was a bit hit and miss when I was at Starbridge. Finished the season with Sutton Coldfield, which was very difficult. But I had a phone call off Andy Fern in the summer. He was very interested, you know, when they got the job, him and Steve here, to bring me in. And it didn't take long. I had a few conversations with him, and I decided that it'd be the best option for me to come down here to Stafford. Playing against Stafford, you know, over the last few years, it's always a big club, a lot of fans, and it's always a tricky place to come. And I thought, do you know what, I want to be part of that. So yeah, it was a bit of a no-brainer for me to come down here and obviously show what I can do. So yeah.
Yeah, well, you've certainly shown that. Let's hopefully get you back from this injury and you can start showing us again.
Yeah, too right.
From Ian Wright and Andrew Burt, what's your preferred position to play in, as you seem very comfortable wherever you've been told to play?
Over the last few years I've sort of been playing here, there, everywhere. But comfortable and favourite position, I'd say, either the centre of the park in a free, or right back, because I do feel very comfortable at right back. And sort of a few years when I was at Fleetwood, I was playing right back, ran the first team at right back. So yeah, right back, centre midfield, comfortable in either. But like I say, if I'm asked to do a job anywhere, I will try and do my best in that position. So yeah.
So say with the current players we've got at the moment, do you see yourself more as a centre mid and like say a free role?
Yeah, obviously it's been tricky, hasn't it, with not winning games and things start the season. It was very frustrating for me personally, but coming in, yeah, centre midfield is my favourite. But like I said, playing at full back at the minute, I've found my feet obviously before the injury, and I felt like I was playing well. So, you know, full back, if I can obviously get in the squad in the starting 11, then that's all that matters to me. And the 3 points, yeah. Yeah,
that's good to hear. Next question, you may know this chap, Jimmy Green. Hello, Dad. Good evening to you.
Had to be.
What is your best all-time football moment when you've been playing, and the best ground you've played on and the goal you've scored?
Oh, a few questions, cheers, Dad. Yeah.
Nothing like putting you on the spot.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So one of the best moments, I'd say, thinking back, was when I was playing for Stalybridge Celtic. And I scored the winning goal it was the equalising goal in the last few minutes to keep Stalybridge up a few years back in the Conference North. And it was just like a proud moment for myself, the way I managed to burst out off a corner counter-attack, and you know, I was playing full-back at the time, got forward and managed to nick the goal, celebrating with the fans at the end. You know, it was a great achievement. Best ground, I'm going to have to go for it. It's going to be Burnley. I'm a Burnley fan, and playing at Burnley's ground is, you know, like a childhood dream. So, and it, you know, it's a big ground for what they are. It's brilliant. So yeah, that was one of my best. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good to hear. And from Jason Coomer, do you have any pre-match rituals you go through?
No, you can't. Well, I tend to stick to what I normally do. You know, I wake up, have my breakfast, watch a bit of soccer on a Saturday. You know, have some breakfast, listen to music, gets me up for a game, and then yeah, have some pasta. Always have pasta before a game. Travel in, if it's with Stafford now travelling with Joe Cuff, listen to music on the way, just gets us fired up, ready for the game. So yeah, that's what we tend to do really.
Yeah. And from Terry Radford and Neil Evans, you touched on this a bit earlier on, you might have given it away. What is your day job? Now how do you fit it around your training and matches? I think you said the school's quite flexible.
So I work at Crossbar Coaching with Gavin Cowan, who's the Telford United manager. Now we go into schools and work in primary schools PE teaching. So I'm lucky and fortunate I work in a school full time in Shrewsbury, and the school are brilliant. If I've got a match, they let me go off early and they get someone to cover me. Same as my boss, if I've got a game, he'll arrange someone to come and cover me. So regards to training, I finish 4:30, 5 o'clock, manage to get to Stafford because I live in Telford, so it's not far to get here. And then obviously a game, if it's a night game on a Tuesday, they're really good, so they'll let me go and they'll cover it for me. So,
Any teaching tips been passed down the dressing room from Tom?
Well, a few. I learned a lot from Tom in there, more ways than one, but a few.
Yeah, and again from Mark Alcock, I think you touched on this a second ago, but again we'll get you expanding on more. Yeah. Which team do you support?
So Burnley fan, always have been as a kid. I used to be a United fan, but then my dad persuaded me into Burnley, took me to a game, and ever since I've been a Clarets.
Yeah, do you still get to see them much? Or,
no, not really. Obviously playing on a Saturday and Tuesday. I want to try and get to a game this season if I can at the end of our season, but it all depends on the time and dates, yeah.
And from Nick Barron's little lad Albert, who's always here every week.
Yeah.
What's your all-time favourite football boot? He seems to have a thing about football boots, does Albert. And growing up, what was the favourite ball you played with?
Cracking lad, Albert. Difficult one, but one that stands
Just say
out.
Predator, everybody else does.
I was going to say, the Gerard Predator, which everyone says, the one with the tongue on, with the strap, that was, growing up, my favourite, And football, there's been that many over the years, hasn't there? Each year different. I'm going to go for the Nike. Is it the Nike? One of the Nike Premier League balls, the blue and white ones, are the three stripes. Total 90 balls, I think they were. Yeah, them ones. They were the good ones. They used to fly them ones.
I think Albert's after that for his training. You know what to train with now, Albert? Get yourself one of those balls there. And again, this is a question from your sister Lucy, who's managed to get one in there.
Yeah.
Who's your favourite footballer and why? And also, she wants to know, why do you always get on so well with the fans?
Favourite footballer? Well, at the minute, I'd say retired. It's always been Paul Scholes, David Beckham, from United days. Looking back at the way they were, how professional they were with everything. I've always looked up to them, which you can't take away everything that they've achieved in their career. But you look up to people like Ronaldo and Messi and people like that. Yeah, I'd say that, to be honest. But with the fans have been superb, at Stafford. My former clubs have also been brilliant, so, I can't take anything from them. But here at Stafford, I've just seemed connected with everyone, which they've all been so welcoming. When I haven't been in the squad, they've always come and had a chat. If I have been playing, I always speak to them in the bar after the game. They've all been really nice, which obviously I'm just the type of lad, I know I'll speak back to people and have a conversation. So
here, we're a friendly bunch. Don't believe what's always said on the MPL sites. From Darren Allport, as you touched on before when you were down in the Birmingham area, what's your preferred favourite? Plastic pitches or grass?
Definitely grass, definitely grass. I just think Astra pitches, it is difficult, when you're twisting and turning your knees and your ankles, and I always seem to ache after. All my muscles, my back, my legs always seem to ache. So it was. I'll definitely say grass pitches. Yeah,
because I remember our games from down there. The ball never seemed to bounce. Twice. It's strange bounces on it, So from Sean Reynolds, when you played for Sutton Coldfield down there on their plastic pitch, did that band of theirs get on your nerves?
I should have expected that one coming. No, not really. No, like I said, support's always good, whatever team you're at, and every club has their own different way. They were a good bunch. You used to have a laugh.
In the official title, wasn't it the Sutton Coldfield Ultras?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, the Ultras. No, they didn't get on my nerves. It was always nice to have a good support following you everywhere.
From Sean's son, Steve Reynolds, if you could pick 5 former or current football players to create a 6-a-side football team, who would be in there?
That's a difficult one.
So if we start from the back, who would you have in goals?
In goal, tricky one. I'll go for my brother, Mason Springthorpe. Used to be at Everton. I'll go for him. Solid goalkeeper. At the back, ooh, tricky.
We'll have a couple at the back, couple of midfield,
yeah,
and one up front.
Yeah. At the back, I'd probably
Don't forget
say...
you've got to put yourself in there.
Yeah. At the back, oh, difficult. I'm not sure. No, up front, I'd go for David Ball, who's now on loan from Rotherham to Bradford. At Fleetwood, he was a very good striker, very good in training. Anthony Sarcevic as well is in midfield. He'd be very good in a five-a-side. Cohen Bramwell, who's now at Arsenal, the ex-Hensford, he'd be in there. In defence, we're struggling for defence here at the minute. I don't know. I'm struggling with defence, Struggling with defence at the minute for five-a-side. Everyone plays everywhere, don't they? So,
yeah, well, that's it. No defence, you're going to lose. So,
that's it, yeah.
From Scott Woodman, which current Rangers player would you pay to go and watch?
Pay to go and watch.
Or they pay you.
Pay to go and watch. I'd say Jake Charles, striker. He's been brilliant since he's come into the club. He offers a lot, work rate really hard, and he's a good player to watch. So when I've been on the sideline at the weekend, watching how he movement and causes defence problems. So Jake Charles. Yeah.
And for me in Wilshaw, again, trying to learn a bit more about you. What's your favourite film, books and music? So what sort of...
favourite film? I've got two favourite films, I'd say. One of them's Braveheart, from one of the old Braveheart films. And I'd probably say film Shooter with Mark Wahlberg in. Very good film. So, I'd say then. Was it music, the other one?
Book.
Book.
Are you a great reader of books? Or
I like documentaries and autobiographies.
Is there a particular autobiography that sticks out?
I've read one recently. It was the Bear Grylls one, actually, and I didn't think I was going to enjoy it, but sort of hearing the life and background he's come from to where he's at now and the things he's had to, achieve, or the difficulties he's had to get through, I definitely say it's one of my recent books, which I don't get time to read many, but when I do, I'd say it's a very interesting one.
Yeah, you're just looking for a new career when you grow up, you're being Bear Grylls type of...
I don't know, I just find him quite interesting, the things he's done and the things he's come up with, Yeah,
and like I say, we know you travel backwards and forwards to the games with. What sort of music do you like? What do you like to listen to?
I like all sorts, bit of rap, bit of pop, bit of grime, especially in Coffee's car, a lot of rap and grime, but I'm open to anything really, music. I like country, old school, that's down to, I think, my granddad, but I
so basically, as long as the radio's on in the background,
that's it.
You're quite happy,
right, too right.
And from Liz Sullivan, from little Phoebe, who you might have known, as she's put here, Josh knows who she is. Why aren't you green when that's your name? And that's a straight up question for her.
No messing around, I couldn't tell you, to be honest. Could not tell you, but I'm glad I'm not.
From Liam Barnett, are you related to CeeLo Green?
No, he wishes.
No. But he wish he had his money as well.
Right,
And finally, from Nick Barron, you got 5 seconds, similar to last week, to create a chant about yourself that you would like the fans to sing.
Oh, I didn't hear.
No pressure.
Na 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 Josh Green.
That's brilliant, Josh. Hope you caught that one, Dad. You'll be able to wind him up over that one.
Thanks so much.
Well, I say it's been a pleasure to talk to you, Josh. Hopefully the injury comes on well, and you'll soon be back training again and back on the pitch for Boro.
Fingers crossed.
Take care.
Thank you very much. Cheers. Bye.